Hello, Lexies, and welcome back to the Luxury Live Show. Right beside me is my co-host, Kat L.
Hi.
So, those of you who are new to our channel, new to this show, this is a weekly live stream show that me and Kat host every single week on each other's channel alternatively. So this week is on my channel, next week will be on hers, and vice versa. And usually what we do on this live show, we talk about anything related to luxury. So we usually kind of come up with a topic for the first part of the live show, and then we open the floor to live Q&A. Welcome, everybody.
Welcome.
Yeah, how are you this week?
I'm good. Thank you. Thank you. So we are also on Clubhouse. So
yes, I wanted to
new.
also do a couple of announcements. So we are also this week on 2 different platforms. So as you can see on your screen, we are also live on Clubhouse. So in case you guys don't know what it is, it's fine. You can look it up if you want to, but this is one of the newest, right? I think it's only been like 2 months old. One of the newest social platforms that is kind of like on the rise right now. And it's a, do you want to explain it?
No, what I've heard is that it's sort of like a podcast, and in the future that when we have guests, we can invite you to speak as well. So if you're watching from the Clubhouse, it's going to be myself and Amy to moderate it for now. And but if you want to join us on YouTube, that's where we chat. So it's only like me and Amy talking, but on the Clubhouse, if any of you on the YouTube want to come to Clubhouse, one day we will figure out how to invite all of you to speak as well. So it'll be even more interactive. So Clubhouse is sort of like a social space where the moderator and the speakers can also invite the audience to be speaking as well. So we're trying this out. Today is our first time. I think Clubhouse is still pretty private, means you need to have an invitation to go in. But don't worry, I think they will open up in time. So if you are joining us, yep, it's on my Clubhouse right now. We are hosting it on 2 platforms. So it might be a little confusing for now. But if you are on Clubhouse, come and join us on YouTube. And if you're on YouTube, you can come and join us on Clubhouse.
That's right. Thank you, Kat. Yes, it's so new that it's only on invite basis. And even when after we joined, we only had 2 invites. So it's already used up. So, but anyway, like Kat said, it's probably going to grow and it's going to open up to the public, and anybody at that point would be able to join. It will be kind of interesting for us to figure out how to make the guests on Clubhouse also be heard on our YouTube. That would be kind of interesting. Yeah, well, we have to figure that logistic. Okay, let's jump into today's topic. So I was tagged by a couple of lovely ladies a long time ago. I think it was like sometime like last year, December or something like that. A couple of tags that's been going around. And it's, if I were to only keep 1 luxury item in my collection for life, what would it be? And there's several categories. And also another tag that is also called, if I could only keep 3 luxury bags. So I kind of just lumped it all together. I wanted to do it in this video, like in a live form, do show and tell, talk about it, make Kat do it at the same time, and just choose from our own collection. If we were to only keep 1 luxury item from these categories, what would they be? And it's really hard. So by the way, anyway, I'm just gonna shout out. So Jesui Lu was the one of the ladies that tagged me, as well as Princess Lux Love, but I think she just changed her YouTube name. Anyway, they're linked down below. So Kat, did you want to start first? The first category is jewelry. I guess jewelry or accessory, so. I knew it. I was almost gonna add it to the thumbnail. I'm like, I think she's gonna put her JEC.
Am I on mute? I'm not sure if I'm on mute. You can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, let me just check. Oh, we can't hear me. Yeah, you see, I can see they can't hear me. Okay, so let me start again. If I had to keep what's this, my one jewelry, I would keep my JUC because it is actually the most unique piece in my collection. So I mean, I have my bracelets and I have all the, like chain bracelets, but I don't have anything that's like a nail head that's, different. And even my mom commented that, oh, that's an interesting looking bracelet. So if my mom sort of like picks it up, I'm like, okay, I think this is a good one. So yeah, I think if I had to keep one of all my luxury jewelry, it would be my Cartier JUC.
I love it. You know why I thought you would pick that, and also I personally love it. I think of all the fine jewelry that I see unboxings of, the nail head, like the nail design, is really the only one that to me screams more like, not only is it designer, but it's like edgy designer. And I always love something with an edge, because otherwise I'll just go for my statement jewelry, right? Okay, so for me, I don't have a JUC, otherwise I might choose that. I don't know. It might be in the horizon wish list 2021. But for me, I chose just one of my items from my Chanel costume jewelry, and I just went with earrings. So I picked these because I'm wearing them today. I picked these because I figured if I'm gonna choose a stud, I could also like not wear earrings and be fine with it, right? I know a stud is more practical, as in it's more like every day, but if I really wanted to make a statement when I need a pair of earrings, I will just go with a pair of really like, it's like boom, like you can see it.
Yeah.
It's lovely. And these ones are the gold ones, so not the rhinestone ones, and they're a little bit shorter than the rhinestone ones, so they're a little bit more wearable. It can still go with t-shirts, with a blouse. You can still go with like a leather jacket. It's very versatile. So I would choose these just because I don't really have anything else to choose. Otherwise, I would be cheating and choose my wedding set, because everybody will choose their wedding set, right?
I didn't choose the wedding set.
You didn't choose your wedding set?
I'm like, yeah. Luxury, we'll go luxury. So my wedding set's not luxury, it's like whatever.
True. Well, I guess, I mean, it's luxury because it's fine gold, it's fine jewelry, but it's just not from, let's say, Tiffany or from Cartier, right? It's just my local jeweler. So anyway, I chose these earrings, but I also like the crystal ones. Anyway, I had just to pick one, so I picked these. Nice. Okay, second category is shoes.
This was really tough because I don't really buy luxury shoes. Like I do buy, but I'm not like really into it. Try to get into it sometimes. I bought a pair of LV shoes. But if I really had to pick, I think my Oran would be a good one that I would keep. It's something that's easy to use every single day. I have been using it every single day. Every time I go out, that's the pair of slippers that I wear. And even if I'm dressed up, like, in shorts or even in like jeans, that's a pair that I would go for. So I've been getting a lot of wear from my Oran sandals. Yeah, I think if I had one, I would keep that. I have yet to find a really good pair of white luxury sneakers that just wows me. My favorite pair of white sneakers comes from Echo. It's not a luxury brand. It's just I think it's just a mid-tier shoe brand, but they make such comfortable shoes, full leather, not too expensive, but they are the best. So I haven't found anything that can replace that, anything from the luxury houses. Yeah. So I'll go with my Oran sandals.
I love your Oran sandals. I actually really want to start trying Hermes shoes soon. So I'm just waiting for, because we're not even going out. I'm just waiting for the summer to come around so that I can explore their shoe section, because I really like their sandals. I think I'm going to share my screen again because I want to show which shoes I'm talking about, instead of just holding the dirty shoes that I actually took and I put beside me.
I was thinking about it. I was like, should I bring my shoes here? I think I better not.
Okay, well, thank you, Kat. Well, I share, for me, the only, like Kat, I also don't buy a lot of, I don't have a lot of luxury shoes. I mean, I have a few Aquazzura. I have Common Projects, and I have one pair of Manolos, and then the rest are just kind of just the mid-range price. Like Echo is like a go-to brand for me, so a lot of my everyday shoes are from Echo. But if I had to choose like from just like the more luxury brands, I would just go with my Common Projects. So they're just these like plain white, like Kat said, it's very hard to come across a pair of white, just plain white sneakers that really fit you. I find these okay for me because I have that longer toe problem, and I always need a pair of shoe that is longer just on the point, but not for the rest of the shoe, because otherwise whenever I size up, it's too, like the overall shoe is too big, and the style of the Common Project seems to fit my feet that likes to give me problems. Anyway, they're not the most comfortable or anything, and they're really just they just look like Adidas basically, but like a more elevated, sort of cooler, and they're actually they're kind of like, they're not the most comfortable, but they're not uncomfortable either. I don't know if that makes sense. Like a lot of designer shoes, in my opinion, are like that. Like a lot of the luxury shoes, they're, you know, they're good, but they're not always, you don't have to break them in type of thing. You still kind of have to wear them around at home a little bit, but they're pretty good. I like them. I like them. And the reason why I picked them also instead of like a heel or one of my Aquazzura is because these ones I can, like if I were to only pick one luxury item, these ones I can wear with a nice little dress, a nice little denim skirt. I can wear it with like a suit and wear, like you can wear with a suit and wear these. And it's not like it's, you know, it's very like office appropriate, but like if I was just to go from after work to home or from home to work, wearing these doesn't look bad at all. Like it actually makes you look very urban and modern. So that's why I picked these.
I like those.
Yeah. The next category is travel. So it's really just open. Like what isn't a luxury item that you would keep if you can only keep one for life?
For life, huh? Okay. You know, I you know, when I go traveling, I don't really like to bring my luxury things. But if and I'm thinking of traveling, be safe, easy. So I was sort of picking between my only two totes that I have, which is my Foray Lepage. But after thinking about it again, I think I would bring my, which one? Let me just bring it up. This bag. This is my LV Palermo, which is super old. It is sort of like a tote size bag. And what I was thinking, because it has a zip. So when I go traveling, I like safety. If I had a tote that had a zip, which is probably my Longchamp, but that one looks a little bit like damaged. I guess this, plus because it's quite thick, it is a canvas, and this is really good canvas. I won't be so afraid if I damaged it for traveling. And I think this would make a really good bag for traveling because it also comes with a longer strap, right? So I think that this would be a bag. I mean, I am keeping it. I did a video called Retired Handbags. I have retired it, but I did mention that if I go for trips, I would bring this bag because this is something that I'm not worried about. I know that I have safety with the zip. I can carry it on my shoulder. It fits a ton, and it's old, so I'm okay with that.
Awesome. So mine is similar. By the way, guys, I forgot to say, if you're new here and you don't know, we take questions afterwards in the second portion of the show. So make sure that if you want to ask us a question, to type a bunch of question marks in front, because otherwise it's very hard for us to see. We're on a different platform, as you can tell. All right, so mine, I decided to go with the Neverfull. I know, nice. Boring. But okay, I chose this because I was thinking, okay, in my collection, what do I use for travel? I use my Longchamp. Otherwise, I just use a nylon bag from Le Sport Sac. And those are great. I love those, but they're not, like, we're trying to be like luxury here. Like we're trying to just pick one item that is like really in, like, let's say something that's more expensive than $500, you know, kind of, that's not really the the definition of luxury, but we're just trying to like, I'm just trying to choose something that is real luxury, not just something that you can buy on sale or something like that. So I went with the Neverfull because even though I don't really travel long distance with the Neverfull, I still travel with this bag if we're just going on like trips to the United States or even Hawaii or even day trips. I do take this bag with me because I guess I'm still kind of, you know, North America for me is still local. Like I still am familiar sort of with the area, and I don't feel as unsafe for having an open tote. Plus, I do have an organizer with like a zipper if I really needed to use it. But yeah, that's why I chose it. And the reason why I didn't choose, which I always say, I used to use like a mini bag when I travel, is because I'm gonna keep it with the second part of this tag, or the second tag that we're gonna do, which is to choose 3 bags from our collection.
That's tough.
Yes. So last item from this tag, and then we'll switch to the handbag portion, is SLG.
You know, I found it so difficult to pick this, and I thought I brought it out. Wait, I thought I did, so I guess I didn't. In the rush of this morning, I was like, okay, I thought I brought it out. If I had to keep one SLG, I would keep. Oh, there it is. Okay, sorry, it's hidden under another
it
book.
was there.
Okay.
I was like, if you brought it out, you probably have it. You just don't see it.
Yeah, I was like staring. Where is it? Okay, it would be this. It would be this. I guess this is as an SLG, like a small leather
It is an
good.
SLG.
Yeah, okay. I would keep this instead of like a keychain or a wallet or a small wallet, because I love writing. And even if it's just writing dates or just birthdays, I always write everything inside my little book. And this is the LV PM agenda. I think I need to get a new one already, because this one is already what is it called? Like it's turning up. It's the glazing has all come out, because I use this every single day. So if I had to keep one luxury SLG forever, this is the one that I would go for. I was thinking of the one that the 6 key ring holder. That was a good contender, but I don't know. If I really, really don't have that, I think I can live without it, but I can't live with something that I can write in. So this would be it. Yeah, my PM agenda would be my SLG.
Okay, I think mine will be pretty obvious because I keep raving about it. Is the 6 key holder. I was thinking that maybe my because I started using my Chanel card holder, the gold one, and I was thinking that maybe I could choose that because that one's more, it's more fresh. It's more like it's unique and it's really nice. It's in gold color, but I still reverted back to this. Why? Because this one is very, it's just, you can rely on it. It's very functional. It protects your keys from scratching the interior of your other items inside the bag, including the bag. And if I really wanted to, and if I really could not afford a wallet, I can still put cards in here. So
True, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, so this serves multiple function, and it's funny because I did my entire LV collection video, and I mentioned that the 6 key holder is one of my best purchases still, and something that, I feel like everybody would agree with me. And then I got a comment saying that keys are getting outdated and that you won't need keys anymore. I can see that happening maybe in certain countries because I keep seeing that in Korean dramas. But not anytime soon here in Canada, okay? We will need keys for a long time.
For sure. Because even if you don't have like in Malaysia and Singapore, even if your door, let's say the grill, I don't know. I remember going to my brother's place in the US. You guys don't have grills at your house. At the front door, it's straight into the house. But here in Asia, you have the front door, which is the wooden door like that at your back, but we have a grill as well. So, So people may have a digital lock, but for the grill, they'll buy a physical lock. So you still need a little key for it, right? So
yeah. So I feel like it's still relative. Where I live in my country, I really don't see us moving out of keys unless you're moving into maybe a brand new condo that is super modernized. And even then, like the brand new condos that are being built now, they're still all keys. So yeah. Okay, so the last part of this tag is for you to choose one handbag, and I'm gonna leave that at the end. You might have to think about it, but we're gonna do the second tag, which is to choose 3 handbags, only keeping 3 handbags from our collection. What would they be?
So which one are we doing first?
Well, we're gonna do the 3, and then
Okay.
at the end we're gonna come back and just choose one from our collection.
Okay, I have them here. Okay, why don't you go first because I need to take it out.
Sure. Okay. For me, one of the no-brainer is my mini square caviar from, this one was 17C, so Cruise 2017. Why? Because, I mean, I think, oh, I hear a bit of shuffling. Oh, but you know what? It's fine because I think that's just, you guys don't hear it, but I think on Clubhouse you might hear it. Anyway, we're still getting used to it because I'm like using this to listen now, which is so strange. Anyway, sorry, I got distracted. Anyway, I chose this because you can't get caviar anymore. Second of all, I like the square more than the rectangular. It falls more like at a better length on me, and also I like the shape of the square more than the rectangle. I still like the rectangle, but I just prefer this one, so this would be one of my choice, and it was a no-brainer, like super easy to choose this one. Oh my gosh, like people are selling these kinds of like caviar minis for like an extortionate price, like at the price of almost, you can buy like a classic flop almost.
That's crazy.
Well, almost, like not quite there. Like, but I have seen these selling for something like six something thousand US, and when you convert US to Canadian, it's almost like, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I'm never letting go of any of my minis, especially in caviar. There's no way. There's just no way. It's just so crazy. It's because they don't make it anymore, right?
But they might bring it back, you know. We
just don't know when, though. Yeah, exactly. Even if they do bring it back, even the regular price is crazy now. So
that's true. That's true. Okay, let me bring one. So I think y'all might know this already. So this will be one that I would keep.
Nice.
This is my Chanel camera case that I got in, I think it was a pre-fall winter collection. I am so bad at the numbers. I think it's like 20 series or 21 series. So it's quite a while ago. And I would keep this because it's different. It's unique. I don't see anybody with this. Don't think I've seen, the only other person that I've seen with this who I know she's already sold is HANDBAG. She's on YouTube. She was the one that revealed this on her channel. And I saw it and I just went like, oh my God, I need that. I got it. And then after that, I don't really see a lot of people with this bag. She sold hers and I still have mine. So mine's lambskin. And what I love about it is the chain. Let me just open that. I love the chain. Oh, and then you can, let me just, all right, here we go. That's better. I like the end of the chain, which is like a toggle. It's kind of interesting. The only thing is that you can't change the length, but the length of this bag is really good. It's just enough for crossbody. You can wear on your shoulder. I love the lambskin. I love the fact that it has a burgundy leather interior.
Oh, I did not know it was leather interior.
They still made it leather interior then.
Wow, yeah. It's very luxe.
Yeah, and there's a little like coin. Where's my zip? I love the little zip that's like a round plaque. So cute. Yeah, so it was really unique. The only thing is I did some damage to it, which I always talk about. I'm like, cat, what did you do to the bag? But I love it so much. I think I still get requests, asking me to sell this, but I don't think I would let it go.
You know what your camera bag reminds me of? It's like, because the camera bags, actually most of the bags from Chanel are seasonal, but especially like the camera bags and the bucket bags, they are very seasonal. Like literally they never come back in the same exact design. And it kind of reminds me of my bucket bag because it's one of those ones that they came out that was like super nice, and like you can never get back the same exact feel or vibe of it.
True. Yeah, it's true.
Beautiful.
They haven't come out with this since then, and this is like 6-7 years ago. And I thought that they would, but they didn't. I wonder is it because it's so much like leather and chain and everything, and actually in terms of cost, it's not worth making this anymore. Because
I think that is the reason. It's so well made. Like I did not know it was leather lined until you said it this today again, and the fact that everything is like, it just looks so luxe. It doesn't even look like a seasonal bag in a way. Like it just looks like it could be just something that they offers every season, you know.
This is the price of let me just calculate. I think it's only a price of a walk.
That is so good.
Crazy,
like currently, right?
Currently, yeah.
How
much is the walk now?
So expensive. I think it's like 3,000-4,000 now.
Yeah, this is the price of a walk. It's cheaper than a walk, I think.
Wow, thank you for sharing. Yeah, I love it. Okay, so since you shared a lambskin bag, I'm going to share a lambskin bag too. And this is relatively new to my collection. The trendy CC. Okay, why did I choose this? I've only really used it once. It was my first trip to Hermes this year. But you know what? My essay loved my bag. Okay, why I love this bag? It just feels so luxurious. I totally get it now, where when people say lambskin is like, yeah, it's delicate and everything, but it's so luxurious. Because when you carry it, even it's just the handle, you just feel like, oh, it's so nice. It just feels so plush and so soft. So aside from the lambskin, which, you know, I'm appreciating now, I'm still careful, but I'm not scared of it anymore. Aside from the lambskin, I just feel like the trendy CC is just one of those style that is seasonal, but it looks like a classic. That's what I really like about it. I'm never really gonna buy the classic flap anymore at the current price. Like I said, I say never, but like, I guess never say never, but like unless like we said before, unless we go to France and there was like this amazing combo we cannot live without, then sure, I'll splurge. But just from the point of view of like the current retail price and the current quality perhaps, and you know, like your usual black or whatever color, it's just not that interesting. I'd rather just wear this as my classic flap. Like to me, when I carry this with a nice winter coat or a nice blazer, it just looks so good. And even a dress, like it actually, like, unless it's a very like summery, very lightweight dress, maybe it doesn't go with this look, but like any sort of heavier dress, fall dress, wool dress, or even just like a more elegant look just goes with this so much. So I love it. I love it.
I'm missing it already.
Oh, I know. I saw your picture on Instagram. I'm like,
oh, I miss you so much.
But if you had it again, because you don't like the 3 compartments though.
Yeah.
If you had it again, what would you feel about the 3 compartments?
I think I would feel the same. The 3 compartments needs to be, I mean, you need to be more organized with the bag. And the 3 compartments means it's actually a little bit more limiting, right? But you don't carry a lot of stuff, so
that
that's okay.
is why. Yeah. Yes. So for me, I totally understand your point of view from the 3 compartments, where it's more constricting. And even though it looks like a big bag, it doesn't actually fit as much as it looks. But for me, it's okay because I normally really don't carry that much anyway. And plus, even if I have that extra space, it's okay because then I know that I can put my extra gloves in it, my extra pair of sunglasses in it. Like that, those little extra things are actually nice for me. Like it's just a bonus for me. Yeah.
Good one. Okay, let's go. Okay, so mine's no second bag, right? So my second bag, since you brought out a new one, I'm gonna bring my
yes.
For sure, right? For sure, I have to bring this up because if it's one of the 3 bags that I would keep, definitely this would be like one of it.
I agree.
Do I have to say any more? Because
no. It's very obvious.
It's very obvious, yeah. my black Birkin. Definitely would be one of it that I would keep. If I didn't get this bag yet, I was thinking whether I pick my Birkin 30. I think I would also pick my Birkin 30, but I wanted to pick one only. Like I didn't want to put both of my Birkins in here. So the third bag's not my Birkin 30. So I picked the 25 because I do see this bag more versatile even as I get older, right? And I think it's more like casual as well. So yeah, Birkin.
Yeah, and even though I did not ask you, I still put the Birkin 25 on the thumbnail because I figured she must choose at least this one in one of her 3. Come on. No, it's an amazing choice because I agree. Like even when you, if I were to be in your shoes when I get older, and even if I were to use a Birkin for work, but which I don't, when I get older, I won't need to be able to fit a laptop in my bag anymore. So the smaller size is really the perfect of both worlds because you can still take it out to dinners. You can still use it as sort of like it's still a pretty good size bag, right? And it still can be your larger bag, but it's still on the smaller side, which is, I don't know, it's just so perfect. The size 25 is so perfect. Okay, so my last handbag from the, if I could only keep 3, I chose, again, a newish bag for my collection, the Chanel 19. I know it's a love or hate relationship. A lot of people sort of just really don't like it, which is fine. But I'm telling you guys, until you use one, I feel like you're judging, like those people who are really strongly, if they really don't like the look, then fine, it's totally understandable. It's really not for you. But those who are kind of on the fence, I really urge you to just try it. At least try it in the store because it's so easy. It's such an easy bag to get in and out of. Don't think about, resale value, all those things, because at the end of the day, nothing is guaranteed. Honestly, nothing is guaranteed. The trend is that right now the minis are all the rage. The minis are selling for a lot, and that is only if you resell. If you don't ever resell your bags, it doesn't matter that the resale value is high because you're still using your items and they will get wear and tear and everything. So at the end of the day, go with what your heart wants. And for me, this bag is super practical. It's like, if I don't want to put too much wear and tear on my trendy CC, and there are just days where it's like raining or bad weather, I can't really take my lambskin, like that kind of lambskin bag. And on days that I need a little bit more space, so the little caviar mini is not going to do it either, this is my go-to. It's so spacious. It's one compartment. It's very smooshy. It's actually very light, aside from the hardware. And even though this one is lambskin, I have gotten poured on and it was fine.
Wow.
Yeah.
Your lambskin bag looks amazing. It looks brand new.
It does.
And I know you've used it so much,
Yeah. And it's so easy. Like the cord and everything, they're fine because obviously I'm not rough with my bags. That is an obvious thing. I am careful with my bags, but really, like this, I would say it's just as easy as like, it's just as easy as the Gabrielle or like my bucket bag. Like those bags, I don't have to like baby and still be able to enjoy it without being super careful. Like my Coco handle, I don't have to be babying it, but I still wonder if the corners would wear out if I'm not a little bit careful, right? And the trendy CC, if I'm not a little bit careful, I can bump it into all sorts of things like people, and if I'm browsing shopping, I can bump it into things. But this one, I know even if I bump it, it's likely it's gonna be okay.
That's
as
incredible.
long as it's not a deep scratch.
That's incredible because your bag looks. It looks brand new. It doesn't even look used. It looks like it's been brought out from the store.
I know. Oh the thing is, I keep saying that on my channel is that it really just depends on the one that you're looking at, because I do understand from the point of view of like people saying that quality is declining. I'm not going to disagree with that because sometimes, like say this one, it was lambskin, right? This was the first when it was first introduced. They're making it in lambskin again in 21p. And the thing is, I haven't seen it, but I'm just saying, like, even if you compared lambskin from this season to another season, they're not the same. They're a little bit different. So one season could be better than the other. I mean, I wish they could always be the same, but maybe it's the tannery, maybe it's just that batch of animal that they have. Like, I don't know. Like, it's just, they're not always the same thickness, the same shine, the same texture. Even the dye could be a little bit more saturated in one season and less on the other. So it's a little different. I have to say, it's a little different.
I agree. Like this bag, my camera bag is lambskin. Other than the 3 dots that I have until today, have no idea how I did it. Probably, I don't know. Anyway, this lambskin is really tough. Like I'm just pressing it right now. If you do that to any other, let's say if I did this to my Urban Spirit backpack, it would lay flat for a while and then slowly rise. But this, it's like tough, and this is lambskin,
Right.
so it's incredible. There are some seasons the lambskin feels like calf skin. So anyway, okay, my third bag. I actually decided to pick a colorful bag because I picked the black Birkin, then I picked the black camera case. So the third bag that I would keep, and I actually don't have it with me because it's actually in a box right now because I'm halfway shifting. So I took a picture, and that's my Valicette BB. I think some of you know this bag if you follow me. I bought this last year during my birthday, and I actually hunted it down because it was a seasonal piece. And I love it because it's so different. It's got damier in different colors. In the interior, it's also damier, and it has this like 3 different stripes. It's got green, it's got blue, it's got red. It's just such a Christmas rainbow colored bag. But yet it's not too in your face because I think a lot of the color is still black and white. It has that, hints and borders of the color, but because the main part of the bag's body, which let me just show you again, is sort of black and white. So it just feels not so like a full reddish, bright colored bag. So anyway, that would be the one that I would pick in my collection just to make it a bit more fun, since I only could keep 3, right? Got black bag and then a black bag, and I was like, okay, fine, let's pick a colorful one. So that's the one I would go for.
I love it. I think of your entire collection of LV bags, that one is my favorite one. It's so unique, and it's also so your style too. Like it really goes with your vibe a lot. Okay, now if you have to only pick one, because the original tag, the first one that we did, is only like one of the categories a handbag.
Oh, if I only had to pick one, I would lie. I would be lying if I didn't say I'll pick my Birkin. Like my heart is telling me the practical one to pick would be my camera case, just because it's a good size. And I can use this for many more occasions. Like the practical me would think this, and a crossbody, I can use it for dinners, I can use it for going out, I can use it for everything. And I know, it's like, this is like probably the practical side of me, but I think honestly, I have to pick the Birkin.
Yeah.
This is like, the Chinese saying, 三洗行, new toilet bowl. So maybe that's why. But I really, really like, wow, I have to pick. Okay, today's tag, and the answer for today's tag is the Birkin. Ask me in a year, maybe that may change, but
no, I think it's a great answer. But mine will be similar to your original answer. It is the Little Mini. Simply just because you can't get it again, and also this could have been my travel bag because I actually do travel with this one. I always bring, well, aside from luggage, I also bring a mini when I travel with me. And of all my mini bags, because like obviously like 80% of my handbag collection are minis, but like of all my mini bags, this one is the only one that I can pack easily because it's so small. Even if I had to like just put it in my carry-on, it's fine. Also, it's not easily damaged because it's caviar, and this season's caviar was the shiny, really kind of like almost plasticky at the time people were complaining about the fact that it was plasticky, but it actually is so hard wearing because of that reason, because the coating is so hard wearing. And also it's just my favorite bag. It's just my favorite bag of my entire collection. Everything is my favorite, but like this is literally like my favorite. So
Never let that go, because
no.
if it costs as much as or maybe like a small classic flap now, that is just crazy.
It is. I mean, I'm sure that was just one personal shopper's price, but still, it's just insane.
Absolutely.
It is insane, right? Like if I were to like find one nowadays and I'm not happy with any of the other one's condition, like I'm sure they probably are selling at that price because the condition of the one that they were selling was like almost pristine. But still, I just knowing that how much it cost back then and how much it would cost now to try to find one, to source one, because they don't exist in the retail space anymore. It's just so crazy. Yeah. I don't know if I could do it.
Awesome.
All right. Yes. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no. That's great. That's great. So we hope you like that.
Yes, I hope that you guys enjoyed this tag. Like, I know that we could have just filmed this tag as like a regular video, but it's so much fun to sort of just show and tell and explain more thought process behind it. And plus, you guys always ask us on the live, even like you always ask us, if you were to only choose one handbag, like which one would it be? Like, it's so hard. These are really hard questions, but yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Okay, let's jump into the live Q&A section. So as a reminder, please, if you're new here, type a bunch of question marks in front of your question. So before you type your actual question, put question marks so that we can see it. All right, I'm seeing a lot of familiar faces. MK, Amy, please join Kat and Clara and myself and fall into the costly fine jewelry trap. No brand jewelry's creation can sometimes be better than established luxury brands. You know, MK, I guess I'm not really saying it out loud, like, because I mean, I'm only on the YouTube space twice a week. But I think Kat knows I'm kind of obsessed with a few pieces.
Slowly,
sending her pictures.
she's at the top of the slide. Her feet's like dangling off it.
Yes, and the thing is, like, it kills me because, you know, I want to, you guys know that I'm working, you know, I'm really hoping to be offered a Birkin soon, and I still have to like pay for that when it comes. So, you know, it's a matter of time. I'm sure fine jewelry is just a matter of time, but one thing at a time. I'm not gonna go crazy at once, you know. It's too much. Plus the Chanel collection is almost out too. Like it's out in like 2 weeks, I think. And me and Chanel, we cannot break up. Okay, Shanna, do you guys buy insurance for the house content since we do store our handbags at home? Yes. Did you want to elaborate for yourself?
I think it's just a standard house content insurance. Yeah, I don't think there's like details in the, I don't know, that depends. You know, some people, they insure every single nitty-gritty detail. Like, I think if you have a lot of art in your house, I know you can actually insure each piece. But I just have like regular house content insurance. I'm not sure if I've heard that you can insure. I've tried to insure like certain smaller things, but not all insurance take it. So I think I tried to insure like maybe, what did I try? Like some of my one of my watches, and the insurance guy said, "Nah, that's too small," and it's not worth it. So they told me just put it in the bank. I'm like, okay. So it depends. So you should buy because of fire and all of that.
Yeah, the thing I learned about insurance, especially even through this live, is that insurance is different in depending on where you wear. It's different everywhere because as far as I know, like where I live, for example, you do have to ensure you can you should ensure the content of your house, like in terms of like replacing all the say furniture and all the amenities, like those things you have to like be able to ensure. That's like the essential. But like anything extra like clothing and what else, clothing, well, clothing is essential, yes, but it's only a limited amount. And even like there's always a section for jewelry, like for valuables. Those are usually at a minimum. Like they'll give you maybe like the maximum that you can get if you were to claim anything from the jewelry section, or like coins and like whatever cash. It's like only a few thousand. And if you want to buy extra, you can. That's the thing. You should always buy extra for anything that's super valuable to you. So I know that like from just the discussion online here, that in France or perhaps in Paris, because MK was saying that several times in the live chat, that for them in Paris, a Birkin or like any, I think a Birkin or a Kelly, I think a quota bag is considered furniture for them. So for them, they like, I think maybe MK, you can correct me. I think once you're insured, like your house is in, like the interior of your house is insured, like the content, then your Birkins and your Kellys would be insured too. I don't know to what extent though. Like what if you have 10 or more? Do you have to specify that amount? Like that's where I'm not sure, but they're so different everywhere. You have to really ask your insurance company. But yeah, valuables, you should usually get the extra insurance, as far as I know. I think Shanna also wants to know your review on your
sneakers. Okay, so Shanna, I think I think I mentioned it a few times as well, that I'm in the midst of moving, so I actually haven't worn a lot of the things that I've bought. So I've bought my sneakers, even my black Oran sandals I haven't worn. And it was raining. Like it's been raining a lot in Singapore, so I didn't want to wear it. I also got my CDC the leather bracelet, which I showed in my haul. I also haven't worn. So I have a lot of things that I packed in boxes that just haven't. So, but when I wear my sneakers, I will do a review, because yeah, I know a lot of people have been asking me. Initial thoughts, they are very comfortable. They feel heavy when you pick them up, sort of like the triple S's, but not so heavy because they're quite solid. But when you put your feet in them, they feel so comfortable. The leather that Hermes used for the shoes, I believe it's Swift leather. So buttery soft. So that's my initial thought. That's why I bought them, but I haven't worn them. I haven't use them, so I will, and then I will give my review.
Okay. Yes, I'm also looking forward to knowing, because yeah, I want to try their shoes so bad. But anyway, I'm not in a hurry. So okay, I think MK is maybe already answering your question, Shanna, here. So he chose a package where it includes a 5k euro. Is it just for furniture though, or is it like the overall? Anyway, it is definitely different in everywhere you are. Like I know you're in Malaysia, right? So like, yeah, you just have to inquire. And I wonder if different insurance companies can. I'm sure there are like some insurance packages that are very premium that will actually insure everything, but then you also pay for it, right? I'm sure. So yeah, definitely ask your insurance company, because I'm sure it's different everywhere. Okay, I think everyone's talking about jewelry here. Okay, I think we've got a question here. Do you think it's more sustainable to keep all of the items you already have, but not buy any more, or to sell some and keep buying? Interesting, because I have thought about both scenarios. Like, what do you think, Kat?
In sustainable in what sense? Like like global warming sustainable, or sustainable in financial, our own,
I think it's
buying.
more for our own, right? Because like I mean, we should all do better to protect our earth where we live. But it's not just from buying things, right? It's also from not wasting things and also like choosing the better packaging, those types of things, or minimal
I always
packaging.
think of global warming. Okay, so sustainable. Yeah, I think obviously, I obviously the sustainable thing to do is not buy anymore. Therefore, you will have a lot of money left behind, and just use whatever you have. Of course, of course. Um, Buying and selling is never a good thing. You will. I think for all the things I've sold, I'm most likely losing because I use them and then I sell them for cheaper. I have one or two things that I've sold a little bit more or at retail, current retail price, but it's just a handful of stuff. And I've been buying luxury for the past 20, 15, almost 20 years, right? Since I started working. So yeah, you can see how much money I've lost. But I don't look at it as a loss. I look at it as I've used. So yeah, but I think if you want to keep to be sustainable financially, is really to stop buying everything that you have right now. Like for me, if I just stop where I am today, I'm actually very happy, and just use.
Yes, I agree. So to me, the way I would answer this question is I think the logical answer is to just keep everything that you already have and enjoy it and don't buy anymore because, that would be the easiest way. Easiest in terms of like logistics, but it's not easy on your mindset because we all want the newest, or not all, but like we all sometimes kind of, get distracted and want the newest it thing, the newest trendy thing, or sometimes you just get tired of what you owned. Maybe it's a very, very old style. Maybe you've actually owned it for so long and used it for so long, it's actually breaking down. Like there's all kinds of different reasons. So it's very hard in terms of actually implementing that. It's easy to say, but it's very hard, right? So I don't think there's like a real magical answer, but obviously, the logical and the easiest way to go about it is to just stop buying and just enjoy what you have, right? And honestly, it's doable. It's doable. You just have to be very strong-minded and not be distracted with
Yeah,
shopping.
I think that happens. Like for that to happen, you have to have a shift in mindset. Like
Mhm.
something has to sort of snap in your mind. Like, I mean, I've experienced it once when I started to say, oh, you know what, I'm just gonna stop shopping, do a low buy. And for that period of time, I was actually really strong because I just was like so sick of it. So I think a lot of us go through this period, and depending on the spectrum, because some people may just go through and they just do a little decluttering, but you may go into like this phase, or this stage of life where you just say, I'm done. I'm done. And then it's no longer of interest. It's no longer something that you enjoy. Your passion has changed. And then this would actually be much easier to do, where you don't buy anymore. You shift your focus to something that is more present for you, and it's not difficult. So I think it's a
Yeah.
mindset thing as well. Like I'm not ready for it, because I can say, yeah, I don't want to buy anymore. And then a season comes, you're like, it's kind of nice.
Well, the thing is, that's why I always say, like, you can never say never.
Mm,
People change minds.
yeah.
Like I haven't really quite met one person who is like extremely like all the time is keeping to the exact same principle as you, if you can say. It's just hard. But also keep in mind that selling is extremely tedious, risky sometimes, and just not very fun. So it's probably best to have a balance, try your best to just keep at what you have and enjoy it. But if you have to enjoy something and something is getting old and you have to replace it, don't feel guilty about it either. Yeah. All right. Good question. If you couldn't have any premium luxury bags and could only own contemporary brands, which brand or bag would you choose? That is a great question.
Contemporary.
Which contemporary brand do I love the most right now?
Would Coach be a contemporary? No, right?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I would consider it to be contemporary, actually.
Okay.
I was gonna say Coach myself too, because it's also one of those things that you see more, and also it's accessible, because like not all little different other brands are always accessible. I'm sure there are, but I just, like from the point of view of me being able to just go out and get in a store and really try on and look at a brand, Coach is very accessible. And honestly speaking, like their designs have been up and down a little bit, but recently they've been doing pretty well. Like their designs are okay, and their vintage, their heritage leather and the heritage sort of the hardware has been back as well. So I'm not saying that like I'm the biggest fan, but at the same time, I feel like if I were to, yeah, because for many years I've only carried Coach bags. I think that would be my answer. Yeah.
Same. I started off with Coach, and they do make quality stuff. Like I was just looking at a small card holder. It's still Coach. I have a few items, so yeah, I think I would pick Coach if you consider it as a contemporary brand, for sure.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of different like kind of boutique brands too, and sometimes they do carry it in like sometimes when you even browse like the mattress fashion site, for example, there's like up and coming designers, like there are those, but it's just I just don't know any of them off the top of my head. And if I were just to base on what I used to use, Coach would be still a great brand. Still contemporary, still really luxurious and high quality, but not quite premium. Okay, let me see. Amy, do you think you'll have to baby your trendy? As gorgeous as it is, I ended up purchasing the mini Constance in black Epsom with rose gold hardware. I was thinking it would be less delicate. Thoughts? Okay. Yeah, I think for sure your mini Constance. Actually, for sure, I don't know if it's for sure. Mini Constance in black Epsom. Is it for sure? Because Epsom, if it scratches deeply, then it shows white, right?
Yep.
The trendy, if it scratches deeply, it should not show white, but it will have that deep scratch. Like it will show like a scratch, because even if you buff it enough, it will still, if you had a really deep enough scratch, it will show the scratch. Which one is the list?
Baby your trendy? You do, right? I mean, you're not, I won't say you baby it, but you're careful.
Yeah. I think baby, for me, the definition of baby is literally like, I'm so worried, like I cannot even put it on the surface of a table unless I wiped it or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like, unless I wiped the chair, or unless I wiped and I make sure there's nothing else around it, that for me is babying. I'm not doing that with the trendy. Like I would still, like, I'm trying to think back, like I would still put it on a surface that I'm shopping at, like, at the cashier counter, or while I was trying the bracelet, I had to put it down. As I was like wearing it crossbody on myself, I would just put it on. Like I didn't have to like carefully place it on myself. You know what I mean? I just put it on. Mind you, when I wear the trendy, or whenever I wear a bag where I feel like I have to be more careful, I also wear clothes that have less hardware, and also like my jewelry, I am a little bit mindful, like my ring, like I'm mindful to not completely press in it. You know what I mean? But I'm not babying it to the point where I have to wipe the surface and make sure there's absolutely nothing or nobody beside me, like that type of thing. Not like that. Does that make sense? Like I'm mindful at first also at what I wear, so that those things, like if there was a lot of zippers on my jacket and whatever, then I won't wear that jacket with that bag. Like I just know it's not a good sign. Like even if I was careful, I could still scratch it. So it's a little bit of being proactive at the same time. What do you think, Kat? Do you think that
I think you are more careful. Like for me, I was babying my trendy because I was actually afraid of myself, because I'm not the most careful. Like I will just wear whatever. I don't think of the rest of my outfits, of my accessories, when I carry my bag. But of course, over time, like now I do. But when I owned the trendy CC, that was the reason I sold it, because I was so afraid that I would damage it, and therefore I felt like I was babying it. Everywhere I carried it, I felt like I was so, I was afraid that my hand would swing or somebody will come knocking into me. And if I were to put it on my lap, am I going to touch my pants? I was just actually very worried about it because I was not familiar of, caring for lambskin. And I also think during that time, a lot of people were saying that lambskin is so delicate. And I watched so many YouTube videos that shared about the horrors of lambskin. So I guess all of that affected me. And for my case, I definitely felt that I was babying it. But I hear you. If you take like proactive steps, not additional steps, just proactive steps to be mindful, then you won't actually have to baby it. Like, if you're wearing a jacket, don't wear something with lots of buttons. And then your bracelets, maybe don't wear a specific one that has, like, maybe my JUC, I might not wear it because it has like a nail head. Yeah, I think that would make
anyway.
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just like little things that you might notice over time. Like I'm sure there's one of your bracelet that gets caught on things more often than other. And I'm sure there are just some jackets that have a bit more sharper zippers than others. Those are the kind of things that I kind of pay attention to when I wear my more delicate bags. But I also don't have a ton of delicate bags. That's probably the only one. So I don't know, that one and the Dior, Lady Dior. But yeah, those are the only two. So I think you made a good choice to go with the mini constants, because it feels like I feel like it's hard for us to convince someone else to be comfortable with something. You have to be comfortable yourself. So you made the right decision for yourself. And one day you might be more accepting of Chanel lambskin, then you'll be ready. So yeah, I love that you got the Constance instead. It's a great bag. Amy, it seems like your Chanel 19 is not very delicate. It is true. It's not. It's so, I don't know why. I keep raving about it, and I don't know if like people like it, but like I honestly love it. It's funny because I'm seeing this next comment. I hate the 19 aesthetics, but it looks good on you. See, that's the thing. Like a lot of bags, if you look at it by itself, even the Gabrielle, if you look at it by itself, you might not be crazy about it. In your case, you actually hate it. But once you wear it, and depending on how you style it, it's completely different story, right? And like Fashion Kevin saying, the Chanel 19 is so easy, comfortable, practical. Exactly. Yes, yes, and yes. So if it's not your cup of tea, it's totally fine. But if you're just on the fence, you're not sure, go try it. You'll be surprised. Shanna is saying, yes, the Chanel 19 is in lambskin this season. Don't be afraid. It's so different. It's not the same as the trendy lambskin. They're totally, totally different. You've tried it, right, Kat?
Yep, I've tried it. So the lambskin on the on the Chanel 19 feels a little tougher. I'm also wondering because it's a bigger bag and therefore they're using maybe better lambskin, like they tan it better, they use a thicker version. I don't know. It does feel like a softer calf skin rather than a soft lambskin, but it's still really buttery soft but tough. So it's so strange. I didn't even know that when I was touching the lambskin bag that it was lambskin until the essay told me this is lambskin. And I was like, no, this is goat skin. So I know it's lambskin. I'm like, really jaw
Did you
drop.
have a goat skin beside you to touch as well? Because when I went to try the first 19, it was a goat skin, and I actually was turned off by it. They didn't have a lambskin at the time. Because it was kind of like in the middle of a season and they only had like the colors, like, I don't know, like a green or it's just some other colors that I was not attracted to, but I tried it because I wanted to try the size. So they had a tweed in the small size and they had a medium in some color goat skin. And I actually did not like the goat skin.
That's interesting. Interesting. I've tried the goat skin and it still feels very soft. I tried it in the medium size, but of course, compared to the lambskin on the 19, it feels tougher, almost more rubbery. But on its own, like you don't put them side by side, you can't tell that goat skin is goat skin. It just feels like, this feels like a tougher leather. Feels like maybe like a, I don't want to say, it doesn't feel like plastic. It just feels like a more tough calf skin.
Yeah.
That's how goat skin feels like. And then the lamb skin on the 19 feels like a softer calf skin. It's so strange.
Yes. Yes. I think that's pretty accurate the way you describe it. And you really just have to see and feel the difference in person. So yeah, just whenever you go to Chanel, just ask to see try on the Chanel 19 just to feel the texture, because it's so hard to describe until you have it in your hands. This next question is for you, Kat. Are you still in Malaysia? Also, most Malaysians in Singapore had got their vaccine. Wait.
Vaccine. Have I gotten my vaccine? Okay, I have not gotten my vaccine. I think they will send me an SMS. So Singapore, okay, so if you don't know how Singapore works, Singapore is they're very organized. So every single person in Singapore, or basically on my handphone, I have this app called the Trace Together app. And it works by Bluetooth, that every person is traceable. So I guess maybe if you're in a country where you might feel like your human rights are being questioned, anyway. So everybody has to download this app so that if they want to do contact tracing, it's easy. And they work by Bluetooth. So if you're standing next to a person, the Bluetooth is on, so you can detect whether maybe that person is infected, and they can do contact tracing very, very easily. So the moment you turn off your Bluetooth, your phone will have a notification telling you, looks like you've turned off your Bluetooth, huh? Can you please turn it back on because we're tracing you? Anyway, this app is where we will be notified when our turn for the vaccine is. And because I am a resident in Singapore, I am in line for it, but I have not received it. So with your question about most Malaysians in Singapore have gotten their vaccine, I'm not sure, because it is they're doing frontliners, they're doing the essential services, and I do think that they're moving really quickly, but I'm not sure if most Malaysians have gotten it. So no, but I haven't. Personally, for me, I haven't. I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for my turn.
Do you know when your turn is around, approximately?
Okay, so Singapore says they target to complete vaccinating the whole country by third quarter this year. So we're already in February. So that's in the next 4 to 5 months. The whole country will be done. But I think they might do it. by September, by July, maybe July, August, I think they'll be done. As long as there's no disruption to the supply, yeah, I'll be vaccinated by then.
Nice. I have no idea when our turn is. In Canada, they are talking about wanting to vaccinate everyone or the majority. I think majority for them is like 70%. But they're I think they're saying like they're hoping to vaccinate all of Canada by September, but with the delays that they're having right now, we're not so sure.
That's true.
Okay, next question. Do you find the consistency of Hermes leather better compared to Chanel even between seasons? I wish I knew.
Exactly. I was like, oh, this is a hard one, girl, Charlene, because I mean, we know Hermes leathers are good, but the question is between seasons, and I actually am not familiar. I don't think you're familiar with
No,
the
not
seasonal
that
bags
familiar.
from Hermes. It's yeah, but if their seasonal bags use the same quality as their classic bags, then I think it would be good. But yeah, no position to answer this.
Yeah, I feel like this would be a good question for someone like Purse on Fleek, or even just to your essay, even though I don't know if they would be like wondering why you're asking this question. Like, what do you mean by quality? Everything is good quality here. And I don't know, from the way I see it also is I've never heard of anyone complain about leather problems at Hermes. Whereas you hear a lot of that in like the LV world, the Chanel world. Do I hear that from Dior? Not as much either. Interesting, huh?
No.
But see, the thing is, like, if you think about it, though, Dior has its own sort of market of people that like their things, right? And they're probably so used to lambskin because they use a lot of lambskin in their bags. And I feel like Chanel and LV has its own category of people. It's more like the mass majority in a way, if you look at it. And because it's mass majority, if there are problems, you're prone to hearing more of them because there's more. Just like in terms of like absolute numbers, there's just more of complaints if you aggregate all of them. Whereas Dior, there's just like you almost have to be like a Dior fan to just like really buy into a lot of Dior, right? Not just the one or two bags here and there, but like to really own a lot of Dior pieces. And therefore you might not even hear about it because, well, maybe because the quality is really that good, but also you just don't really hear about it because there's just not that many people to like have issues with, you know what I mean? I almost wonder, but anyway, yeah. From the way I see it is like I've never really heard of anyone complain about Hermes that much. And maybe our Hermes expert here, Maria, can tell us, can let us know. Okay. Sorry, give me 1 second when I go back up because
it's interesting. Wow, actually I see a lot of comments like talking. I love this. I love our live chat because there is so much chatting among each other, which is great.
Okay, the next question, and that is a great question because I asked the same thing to Kat. Is the Birkin 25 much lighter than the 30? And you know what? Kat knows the answer because I asked her to weigh her bags.
It is. So I just did a comparison video between the Birkin 25 and the Birkin 30. And in that video, I also weighed the bag and I posted some pictures in that video. It is lighter. It is actually almost half the weight. So the Birkin 25 is about slightly above 500 grams, whereas the Birkin 30 is about 900 over grams. So it's almost 1 kilo. It's much lighter, definitely. I mean, it is a smaller bag. It'll definitely be lighter, but it is about half the weight.
Yes, and I was pleasantly surprised when I found that out because I'm really not a fan of heavy handbags. And for me, the definition of heavy is anything over 2 pounds for me is heavy, because 2 pounds is just when it's empty. So once you start loading your things, and like I said, I don't really carry that much anyway. So it doesn't matter if my bag was bigger or smaller, I carry about the same amount. But the problem is I know that a larger bag, you can carry more. So on days that I actually do carry more, it will kill my arm. So I was actually so pleasantly surprised that the 25 was so much lighter. It's actually much lighter than, I think it's lighter than the trendy CC.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's really like really light. And just to say as well, my bag, both my bags are Togo. So Togo is not like the lightest. There is even lighter. I think Epsom is even lighter. So if you're looking, Zeb, if you're looking for a like light bag, I believe Epsom is the lightest of all. I don't know. Maria can correct me, but I think so.
Yeah, it's so amazing. I was like, okay, not only am I for sure like going for 25, but I'm like even so happy that it's so light. Okay, MK, yes, handbags are considered like furniture in French insurance policies, and Hermes and Chanel handbags have an appreciative value. Oh, I wish they do that here, because I think here, I don't know for sure, but everything depreciates. It never really appreciates here.
Wow.
So 10 years plus old were refunded based on a 2020 boutique.
Wow.
That is amazing. And also he clarified that his policy was for 50,000 euro, not for 5,000. Okay, that makes more sense. Is it 50,000 total, like including everything, like everything else, not just furniture? I'm wondering.
Wow.
But yeah, that's the thing. It's so different. Like the policies, they vary from location to location. And I guess in Paris, they know. They know their luxury bags appreciate, which is true, because if you were to rebuy anything, like we just said, if you were to rebuy a Chanel Mini, you can't, not even at the retail, because you can't even buy a retail like caviar anymore. So it only makes sense. Let's see. Also from MK, in my luxury junkie career, I had some low buy periods, but it did never last more than 3 years. And when the shopping frenzy came back, it always came back worse than ever, to another level. Yeah, I feel like if I were to, because last week we did last week our live, we did a hypothetically, if we were to move towards a more minimalist, and I say move, okay, did not say become. What would we be doing? Like, what would we do that different that we can change about our shopping habits, and what would we do just to kind of move towards that direction? I was trying to think about it. I'm like, well, first of all, I don't think I can. But second of all, even if I were to do it, it's a lot of back and forth, and it's a lot of like up and down in terms of like what okay, it fell off. In terms of like your, not your habits, but kind of like just the cycle of your life, like wherever you are, it just changes with like where you are at your life, right? So it can never be the constant, I feel, especially for someone who loves fashion, who loves shopping. Maybe it's different for you, Kat. I don't know. Is it?
I don't know. I think I'm like MK. I go through periods of it.
Yeah.
And well, I've never had something that lasted 3 years. So 3 years is actually really really long to be at a low buy stage. Like for me, I cannot imagine at the moment. But if I had a change of mindset, of course, then it would be a different conversation. But yeah, I've done it, and it always is a short period, like maybe 3 months. And I'll be like, okay, we're not buying anything. Everything doesn't look attractive. I don't want to see things. I don't want to buy anything. But then it sort of comes back. And just like MK, it comes back bad.
Yeah.
I go into a frenzy of like, I haven't been shopping for so long. Let's see what's new.
Exactly, I agree. Like I've never had any sort of like that long of a period. I feel like unless there was like a huge life-changing uh event in my life, I can't imagine going that long. For me, it's usually like just a season. Like if I just didn't shop clothes for that one season, I'll go crazy the next season probably. Is Longchamp and Mulberry contemporary brands? I think so. Because Longchamp still has some more expensive brands too, like expensive bags too, because they have the leather line as well. Amy, I just started my LMS journey. Just curious what will be next item in the store after buying the scarf. Really don't know how long I have to wait. I live in California. Okay, so that's a great question. I feel like, yeah, I bought a scarf already, I bought a blanket already, and I bought some fashion jewelry. I can honestly say that I'm still interested in their fashion jewelry because I'm still thinking about that one that I tried that I kind of want to buy, but it's the same color, just different hardware. That's where I'm kind of trying to wait whether they would have like more summery colors coming out. I was also considering shoes, like I said earlier, and fine jewelry, because we were just talking about that earlier.
Like I said, her feet is dangling off the slide. She's at the top of the slide, and Clara and myself are at the bottom of the slide. Come on, let's come down. Slide down.
Exactly. There's just so much. And the thing is like, I'm also, considering buying gifts there too. Like I have, friends and family, their birthdays are coming up, and like, I can possibly look into small leather goods and silks and things like that that are not, in the extreme price range. There's just a lot to explore in the store, and sometimes you can just that's what I'm gonna say. Like I thought what I was gonna buy, like I thought about what I was gonna buy next time I go back, but that could still change. I'm always changing my mind. So yeah, just look into their jewelry, look into the shoes is a good one, especially because you live in California. It's always warm there anyway. I would definitely explore those too if I were you. Good luck, by the way. I'm going to the store to try the Chanel 20A button CC earrings tomorrow. Oh, I see. I think it's the Chanel way, like the Chanel like stud earrings, I think. I think that's the one she's talking about. Isn't it? Yeah, 20A. It's from last year. Are they comfortable to wear? Button CC earrings. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what she meant.
Button earrings. Not sure. Does it look like a button? I don't know.
20A, 20A, 20A. Oh, do you mean this one? Sorry, I have it right here. This one was 20A, right?
Yeah, that's
20A. This
20A.
one's 20A? Oh,
Yes.
okay. I think she meant this one then. Are they comfortable? Not the most comfortable for me because this one does have a tapered post. And I think that's why my earrings fell off, because whenever there's a tapered post, I don't put it all the way in. I try to just put it at the edge so that my ears are not all the way, like my ears, like the skin of my ears, the flesh is not all the way into the thickest part, which is why it fell off. However, I only do that at home. Like I don't do that when I'm like actually wearing them out. When I'm wearing them out, I will actually push it all the way in, which is why when I wear them out, I only wear them for 2 hours. So for me, they're not the most comfortable because of the tapered post. But I know for a lot of people, probably including Kat, they don't really know how I feel. Like my ears, they don't probably know how I feel.
I don't have that issue. Like, I think my ear holes are already a bit too big. So when this tapered ear post, like earring post, the first time I heard about it is from Amy. She says, you know their earring, the post is tapered, and I'm like, what?
She's like, what? What are you talking about?
What is tapered ear post? What is that? It's like, don't you see it's thicker near the earring, and it
Yeah.
tapers down. And after that, I started to look at all my earrings. I was like, oh, okay, I didn't know that. I probably didn't feel it at all when I was putting it through my ear hole. Like, yeah.
Exactly. I feel like a lot of people probably don't know, and some people know because some people have the same issues as me. Like, it feels like my skin is being stretched so bad, and it actually can be bad because that's what happened when I wore my Dior earrings for an entire day. Like, I wore it since I woke up, and I took it out like before I went to bed, which is like, it was a long night. It was actually like I came back home at midnight. So I had it on for the entire day since the morning. So when I tried to remove it, and I removed it too fast for the first year and actually bled. So the second one, I'm like trying really slow to rotate it out. It's that bad. Like, it's like my skin is suction onto the pin.
God.
Yeah. I don't know why. I've always had that issue, and I didn't know that until I started wearing these thicker pins, because all my other stuff, like before the fine jewelry, were the very thin pins.
Yeah.
Yes, it is something. It is an issue, and you know what? I realized that I was not the only one afterwards, because after I mentioned it, there's quite a few of you who actually agree with me. It's like, yeah, I have the same problem, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, I'm not crazy.
Okay.
But yeah, they are also a little bit on the heavier side too, yes. So yeah, they're not the most comfortable, but they look great.
Yeah, they look really good. They're like va va boom
Yeah.
earrings. Love them as well.
Okay, if you were offered, hypothetically, if you were offered to purchase both the Birkin and Kelly 25 bags from your boutique, but with one condition, that you must rid of all your designer bags in your closet, would you do it? But you can get both the B and the K25. Who gave you this condition?
Okay,
Is
wait,
it your
let's read that
husband?
again. If you were offered to purchase both, okay, yeah, both B and K25 bags from the boutique, one condition, you get rid of all your bags. Yeah, I'll do it.
Really?
I would. I'm ruthless now. I'm ruthless. I mean, we have this, like, Amy and I, we have this chat group with the other girls. we're vicious now. We're like, get rid of it. Sell it. Get rid of it. We don't need it. It's gone. No more. And so yeah, if you offer me both, I'll do it.
You know what? I can't say yes because I don't even have a Birkin yet, so I don't know. I haven't experienced that luxurious, elusive quality and like all those things that you guys talk about. I haven't tried it yet, so I don't know. I want to say no though, because do I want to say no? I don't know. Because the Kelly 25 would be good for like just like more evening and everything, and then Birkin is more for like day. So you technically have bags for day and night already. Why all these hypothetical questions? Nah, still no. I don't want to get rid of everything. I'll just make more money and buy all of it and keep everything, okay? That's what I'll do. Why do I have to like discard everything? It makes no sense, you know? It's not like I have 100 handbags, so I would say no. I would say no. But Kat can do it.
I'll do it. I'll be vicious and ruthless.
Interesting. Do you have an Hermes wish list other than Birkin and Kelly? Handbags, shoes, accessories. I want to say no because I keep changing my mind. Like every time, because I am browsing actively on their website now just to give myself ideas on what to buy next time, and also just to it's part of my research. It's part of the journey. So I don't really have a wish list. I feel like it changes all the time, but I am definitely more. Uh, I'm definitely more sort of what's the word? Not inspired. Oh, attracted to certain things, right? Like even in the fine jewelry area, like I like some of even the silver pieces, like the silver long necklaces are really beautiful. A lot of their rings are actually very attractive. They're actually very unique compared to, I don't know, a lot of different designs out there. Shoe wise, I think they're so iconic and signature, especially the Oran sandals and the Oasis sandals. Those are like just iconic shapes. So yeah, I'm definitely attracted to a bunch of different things, and I feel like my wish list is always changing. I don't know. Do you have like a specific something that?
I don't actually have, like, I think I'm trying not to have a wish list this year.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So, but if I were to just say, what else is attractive for me in Hermes, is actually my Lindy. Well, I'm using the word my because I see it back in my closet one day. My Lindy 26, which I sold several years ago because I wasn't using that color. So if that's what I think I would consider bringing back into my collection, my Lindy 26, but in a darker color. So I sold my red one because I found it just a little too loud for me. Even today, I still don't feel like it's a bag that I would use in that color. Shoes. I don't want to be greedy, but I won't mind a white Oran sandals. I feel like that would be very complete. I've got my gold, which are casual and seems to go with everything. I have my black, but I do find the black against my skin tone quite harsh. I'm not very fair, but when I look down at my feet, I just see black. So I feel it's a little bit more formal. Then white would be just very summery, very appropriate for Singapore. Just feels so fresh and light. So I think if I am greedy, I would love to get a pair of white ones. They're not the most practical because white shoes, they're not the most practical. Let's see, accessories. Do I have anything in mind? I don't have a specific. Well, I have a lot of things like I enjoy seeing when I browse the website. Like some of the earrings, they look nice. Necklaces. Yeah, but I don't have a specific one. Like it's interesting to look at Hermes stuff because it's new for me as well. I've never really dived into all their things. Most of the past few years is only the bags, which is only the main few bags, and what else? And the Orans. That's all I know actually. I've never seen the rest of the things. So
It's funny though because if I were to buy a pair of sandals from Hermes, I would also choose white, only because I feel like white is the only color that I would be able to wear in the summer here. Like I guess for you it's maybe different because the way I see it is, yes, white is less easy to take care, as in that they do show dirt right away. But I was thinking they're never really that bad. But then my summer is like 2 months. Okay, maybe like 3-4 months. Okay, 3 months. But then your summer or your Singapore or Malaysia summer, to me, you guys have summer all year round. So maybe that's why yours get dirty easier. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, there's no 4 seasons. We're
Right,
tropical, so it's
yeah.
hot and rainy.
Yeah, because my white shoes, they stay white.
Oh no, man. I walk outside black.
Well, I also clean them, but like I'm actually not that worried about white shoes myself. But I think that's the differentiating factor. Okay, Rio. And by the way, Isabel's in the house.
Ah,
Yes. Rio, does talking to your husband ever change the way you see luxury? One day, my partner suggested I get a jacket with lots of pockets instead of buying multiple bags. Funny yet eye-opening. Does talking to your husband ever change the way you see luxury? It's funny because so I don't know, maybe if your partner is into luxury more than you are or less, but for sure my husband, it's not that he's not into luxury, because even before I met him, he already owns a few luxury items. Like he has a nice watch, he already owns wallets and small leather goods from LV. So like it's not that he doesn't know luxury, but I guess he's not the type, he's not like us. We visit our luxury store quite often compared to like them. For them it's like, they think about something they want to buy, they'll just go and buy it. You know what I mean? Like they want that watch, they'll just go and buy it, like that type of thing. It's not like us where we're not only
browsing.
constantly browsing, constantly thinking about it, constantly chatting about it, constantly just like visiting the store. Like we're on a different level.
Mm.
So I feel like when I talk to him about it, he's definitely more accepting now. Like he's maybe more understanding of why we are always like I want to use obsessed in quotation mark, because we are, in a way, like compared to them we are, right? And sometimes it is kind of like surprising, because sometimes he would be the one encouraging me to get the more expensive one or the more colorful one or the whatever one. Like it's just like, oh, you might as well just get that one, like. And I'm like looking at him like, okay, you said it, I'll buy it. You know what I mean? It's like, it's funny. Sometimes they just, I think because they love you and they know that you're into it and that they know that it makes you happy, they'll just encourage you to, just get what you love. And it does surprise me sometimes. What about you?
This is a interesting question, because I just filmed a video about something to this question, and that's gonna go out tomorrow, but I won't give it out yet. My husband is 100% not into luxury. He is a sports person. I think before he met me, the most expensive thing he's got is probably like Adidas. Like, and even today he doesn't. Everything that he owns, like his luxury wallet, comes from the wife. So I actually don't talk to him about luxury. Of course, over the years, I have, occasionally brought him along with his sulking face into the store, sitting in the corner, looking like, what am I doing here? But bringing him, it doesn't change the way I see luxury. But I feel like it does make me want to wonder what it would be like if I'm like him. So I guess it pulls me back a little bit. Like say, okay, maybe if I don't want to buy it, if I'm with him, I hold back. But if I'm with my girlfriends, I'm like, let's go. So maybe he's a good handbrake for me, which is why probably I don't talk to him about it. Yeah, and it's not his interest, and I do share. It's not that I don't share, I do, but it's not something that I will, regularly tell him about my amazing Chanel bag. It's like him talking to me about, I don't know, yoga. Certain point, I'm like, oh, okay, just don't break your back.
Wait, so I know, so your husband is a gym person, but did you become more of a gym person because you met him?
No, so we both are gym people. Like that's where we met. We actually met in the gym. right? We've
Mhm.
actually managed. I've always been a gym goer before I
Yeah.
met him, but he's a gym person, like gym and fitness and all that. So it's just that now meeting me, he's sort of been ex- introduced to the world of luxury, and he says, "Oh my god, what have I done? Who is this? Who is this person who in the gym looks like, like torn and tattered g- gym clothes? Then outside, I'm like,
Well, you're allowed to have more than one hobby. He just happens to be just like all about gym, right? And it's
yeah,
fine. It's like I think it's like sometimes I feel like it's also I'm generalizing here. I want to say like sometimes it's a guy thing because you know, aside from our very fashionista guy friends here on our live, my brothers they're not interested whatsoever into any uh, any I want to say not just handbags, like I guess they would be interested in cars. Yeah, they are. So it's the same thing. It's just that it's just handbags they're not, but yeah.
MK and Rio and all the fashionista guys would be horrified
Yeah.
if you met my husband. I can't even get him to change his wallet. I can't. Like last year, I think I even did a video. I bought him his LV wallet with the turtle on it.
I remember.
Yeah. Until today, he hasn't used it. He's still using this ratty old bacteria infested wallet, and I'm like, can you just change your wallet? It's like, no, it's still good. He wants to see it torn with holes, and then he would use this wallet.
Yeah.
I love my husband, but sometimes I'm like, can you just change your wallet? It's gross.
And maybe the money that he saves, he can just allow you to buy even more bags.
So he'll say, you give it to me the money. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, exactly. Just give it to me. Just give it to me. Just let me wear the beautiful handbag and the beautiful wallets instead. MK, yes, 50,000 euro in total, everything included. They stole only my luxury stuff anyways. The expert was from Christie's auction company. He was extremely nice on top of being actually cute. Oh, yeah. So see, it's so different, so different. Oh, and also I had a different comment earlier was from Maria. She said that the leather quality is the same at Hermes across all the bags. That is always good to know. Okay. Amy, you have convinced me to get the LV multi pochette accessories, but I've been going back and forth between khaki and light pink. Which do you prefer? I prefer khaki because I don't like pink. Okay, I don't like pink as in like I don't buy a lot of pink. It's not that I dislike pink, but it's just if I had a choice between pink and something else, I'll buy the something else first, if that makes sense. I'll have pink accents on my things. Or maybe it's more like on my clothing. Like I'll have pink accents on my clothing. That's totally fine because my accessories are still either a shade of red or black or gray. You know, those are my go-to. But I won't really buy like a pink bag or like a pink accessory, if that makes sense. But that's just me though, because those are my colors. Like Kat had the pink one and it looked amazing.
I like the pink one. I do like pink, so pink is one of my favorite colors. But I'm also quite practical. So pink, I know I like it enough that I thought I would use it, but I ended up my practical brain made me not use it as much because it's pink. So I think a better choice would be the khaki. The reason because it's pink, it's light pink, and though I love the color, it is easily like you can see stains on it easily. So it really depends. Like preference, I like pink. So if you like pink, you can go for it. But I think you also want to consider your lifestyle because pink, like any light bags, will have that issue. So for me, if I were to do it all over again, I think I would go for khaki. Like that is more practical.
Right. Yeah, I guess it depends on how often and where do you wear this bag too. To me, this bag is my everyday whatever bag. So I don't want to have to think about, okay, is my jacket, is my coat, my wool coat gonna like rub that little bit of black wool on it or whatever. Like I just don't want to think about it. So khaki was just a no-brainer for me too. Plus I don't buy pink. Not for handbags anyway. Okay, what are your feelings about the 24 bag? Do you know which one it is?
I
You
know
do.
the one I do. Is the one that looks like
The one that has a front plaque and it's like it has a top handle and yeah, and then the strap is on the back side, like attached on the back side.
Yeah, I don't know. Like it's maybe one of those bags that will grow on me, but it hasn't. It hasn't grown on me. I keep seeing it. It's a very slow grow. Like it's like yeah, I'm sort of accepting it. The first time I saw it, I didn't actually like the look. It looks very bulky, and I do wonder if it goes out of shape. But I think I've seen a few reviews so far. It seems to keep its shape. I think yeah, it doesn't like become super soft. But I haven't really put much thought into it. Just it's one of those bags that I know about. I'm kind of like neutral. I don't hate it, but I don't like it. I'm just like I'm unsure about the whole bag.
I don't know about the longevity of it keeping its shape though, because unless you go for the mini size, because now they have the new mini size, which is 20 centimeter? Because the current smallest, the before the smallest size was 29 centimeters. So 29 is almost as wide as your Birkin, right? Your Birkin 30. Whereas now they have the smaller one. I think it's 20 centimeter wide, which is actually quite mini. That one I might like more. However, once I knew that it was almost the price of a quota bag, then I just completely turned off because I look at the quota bags, you know, meaning the Kelly and the Birkin, as being like a very different, like household design. Like, you know, you think of Hermes, you think of those bags. So to me, yes, you have to pre-spend, blah, blah, blah. But to me, those are the signature bags. Therefore, I love them that way because of that and the brand and, you know, the quality, craftsmanship, blah, blah, blah. But even though the 24 is also a bag made by Hermes, so definitely you have the craftsmanship, definitely you have the leather quality and all that. But the design just doesn't scream household to me. And the fact that it's that price range, like if it was a little lower, like a little bit more acceptable, then I might gravitate towards it more, especially for the mini size. Because I do see it, I do see people wear it, and it's kind of like, it kind of reminds me a little bit of like Chanel 19 versus classic flap. Like Chanel 19 is something that you have to just kind of, well, you have to love it, and also you have to use it to know. So it could be a matter of like just having used it to kind of feel the practicalness of it. You know, I feel like it's kind of a similar situation. But because the price and also, yeah, and also the fact that I don't even have a B and K to speak of, so I'm not even looking at it, you know? Yeah, that's how I feel about it. I feel like if you, sorry, go ahead.
No, you made a good point about the prices of the other bags, because the Chanel, I mean the Kelly and the Birkin, they are expensive. They are very expensive, but the rest of Hermes's bags are just as expensive. They're quite close to the price of the Kellys and the Birkins. That makes, I mean, us think about like, do we want to put our money there or save a little bit more and put our money towards the classic bags, the iconic bags from Hermes? Like even the Lindy, like handbags from Hermes, right? The question before, I said that I would love to get a Lindy 26 black with gold hardware from Hermes again one day. But what's stopping me? Because it's not a quota bag. Like ask for it and just wait for the color to come. It's not something that I need to pre-spend or anything, but it is so expensive from the store. I think right now it's like 11,000 Singapore dollars. That's a lot of money. That's a jumbo right there, but it's still a lot of money. Like, I don't know what I want to spend that. I think the 24 is also about 10 to 11. It's just,
Yeah, it's really
so
expensive.
if you put the price in perspective, actually I wouldn't get it.
Exactly. That's how I felt. Like the moment I saw the price, I'm like, I don't know, because I'm not at that point where I have an extensive, really healthy Hermes collection. I'm not even there yet. I'm not even at the first one yet. So like I can't even picture myself considering the 24. Ask me again when I say, let's say for some miracle reason I have already like Birkin 30, Birkin 25, Kelly 25, Kelly 28, then maybe I can like start considering all these other style. But right now I can't. I'm not into it at all. Yeah. Okay. We are almost at the 2-hour mark, so I'm gonna try to get through some of these questions. And plus, sorry, Kat, you sent me a couple of questions that I totally forgot to answer. We were supposed to answer as well, so we'll get to those on as well before we leave the live chat. Okay. Isn't it worth getting an Hermes watch? Shanna asks. Do you want to go first?
I want to say it's not worth it. but never say never. I think it watches. I think you will only like. Okay, how do I answer this? You will only buy watches if you love watches. Like, I love watches. I've always loved watches since I was young, but I don't buy into watches too much because they're very, very expensive. Having said that, I do have 3 expensive watches already. So I never consider Hermes watches because I just don't see, I don't like the style. I'm not attracted to it. Maybe if I see it and try it on my wrist, it might be a bit different because they're quite feminine, and they're very simple. So maybe that's a style that I'm not used to at the moment. Yeah, maybe that's why. So the prices actually for their watches are not too bad. They are, for the classic range, like the basic range, they're actually pretty okay for a luxury house. Then, of course, you can add the diamonds and the gold, and then it gets a little bit crazy. Yeah, so if you're a watch wearer, then maybe you would consider it. Or if you're just buying the watch for an accessory, then yes. But if you don't wear like watches and all, then it will be a white elephant in your in your cupboard.
Actually, that's a good point because I don't wear watches anymore. And the way I saw it, like the way I look at Hermes watch is I would consider it as like a fashion jewelry if I were to buy one. Like I'll buy one if I were to buy one, let's say. If I have to buy something and I don't have anything else to buy, I'll buy one because they are beautiful. And I'm actually really interested in their just like the whole thing is in stainless steel. The whole look, because it gives me jewelry vibe that way. Not with the leather bracelet. So just the one with all metal. And I would treat it as a statement jewelry. It's just like I'm just wearing it so that there's something on my arm to look at, but it happens to be a watch. That's how I would look at it. But I wouldn't go and buy like 10 watches from Hermes. I'll buy one. And it'll be my only one because it'll be like my only dressy and occasional jewelry, like statement. Like I treat it as a jewelry, basically. Yeah.
Good one.
Okay, Kat, now that you have gotten your B25, do you feel like you're done with Hermes, or do you still have items that you want to purchase? I continue to buy since I still wanted the mini Constance and gold Birkin.
Okay, so I think I've had a few weeks to let the excitement settle. Like after I got my Birkin, I I tried to imagine like what else do I want after this. I really couldn't because this was like the top of the it was top of the mountain. It's like the icing on the cake already. Then now that I've thought about it, I'm like, okay, since now that I understand the process, I accept the whole, being part of the journey. Um, I won't mind getting another bag from Hermes, but what is the answer? I've thought about the Kelly 28. Oh, sorry, 2025. I think that would be a good size. I've tried a friend's bag and it feels good. It looks good. That would be nice. I have seen and tried a Constance, a mini Constance. I think that's a Constance 18. I don't think I will add that into my collection if I have the Kelly. Other than that, I'm actually really digging my brain on what else I want because I got the bag that I really wanted, which is the Birkin. So the next bag is a little bit even more elusive because I cannot even imagine. I can't even imagine what is after this. But if I really, really force myself, I guess a Kelly, just to complete the set, a Kelly 25 would be a good pick.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a good one. Would you go Cellier or Retourné?
Oh, all this time
I know.
I thought I was gonna go Retourné, right?
Yeah, me too.
But after I tried my friend's Cellier
Yeah,
Epsom, I think I'm converted. I think I'm converted
it looks
for
so
the
good. Yeah.
Kelly in Cellier in Epsom. It's Yeah, I think I'm converted. After trying it, I was pleasantly surprised that it looked so good. It doesn't look no, it doesn't feel light and it feels quite substantial, but not heavy, but just feels good in the arm. It looks so sleek and chic, and I like the fact that it will always hold its shape. So the Kelly, a few years ago, I had the Kelly 32. The Retone does slouch quite a bit, uh, but it makes it easier to open the bag. Then when I tried the Cellier version in Epsom 25, the opening wasn't so bad because I always heard that if it was Epsom, it's really hard to open the bag. It's not convenient. You had to like open the flap and all, but it wasn't. It was okay. So I'm converted, okay. But I would only get Epsom in Kelly. I think Kelly looks good in that structure in Epsom. So who knows? Who knows? Maybe put it out to the universe in 2022.
No, I think it's a good idea because if you were like as of right now, right? If I were to put myself in your position, I'd be like, okay, I have my Birkin 25, my dream bag, and the Birkin is a retourné style anyway, right? It's more slouchy, it's more relaxed, it's more urban in a way. Why not just get the Cellier in a Kelly? Because not only does it suit it style-wise, but it's also like it's really surprising, right? How good it looked. Like even if you were just wearing, because you were wearing a pretty casual outfit, it still looks so good.
I was wearing just my t-shirt and shorts
Yeah.
because I went to the mall to get my ear pierced. So I wasn't dressed up at all. And it looked good. It looked
Hmm.
so it made my whole outfit look a little better than what I actually look like. So yeah, I'm converted for the Epsom Kelly. Kelly and Cellier.
Yes. Okay. Okay, this is the last question we'll take from here, and then we'll answer a couple that we had from before. Okay, Lindy 26 or Mini Constance? Neither for me.
Between the two for me would be the Lindy because I do like it. I think it's one of the more unique looking bags in the whole market. Don't think there are any other luxury house that has something like it. The most similar is the Loewe puzzle bag,
Mhm.
but still it's not the same. So between the two, I would still go for the Lindy just for the unique look. The Mini Constance is just another flat bag. So
Yeah. I mean, I like the Mini Constance though, don't get me wrong, but thinking back of what I said earlier, just the price and
yeah.
I mean, the Constance, when I see Constance, I do think Hermes, but I also have enough of like the mini bags that I enjoy even more from Chanel that I already own. Like, why would I go about buying a $10,000 Constance when I have all those fun bags that I have in my collection to use, right? So that's the way I look at it. And then the Lindy is not that I have anything against it, but I don't really have any need for such a that kind of size bag in a way in my collection. Personally, I don't have a need for it. That's why I also did not choose it. But the
Okay.
mini Lindy looks very interesting though. The mini Lindy.
It is. It is. It's unique. It's different.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so I have a couple of questions. I'm not going to put it on the screen. We'll just read it out loud and then we'll close with that. Okay. Which bag are you surprised that the other person doesn't own? So between me and Kat. And if you were to buy each other's and if you were to buy each other's sorry, and if you were to buy each other a bag, what would it be and why?
Oh. So if you were to buy me a bag, what would you buy me? Thank you. Okay, which bag are you surprised that? So which bag am I surprised that Amy doesn't already own? Okay, I know. Actually, I am surprised you don't own a classic medium large. I still can't believe it. But it's like it's a it should be in your for a Chanel lover. You don't have the medium large. It's just like what?
No, you're totally right. That would be my answer for you too. Like as in like my answer that I expected you to say because and I guess my answer to that is that I started my journey into Chanel a little bit too late in a way. Like not late, late. It's just by the time I created what I have now, I mean, the price of the classic flap now, like
It's crazy.
and I was always preoccupied with like the next mini and the next sort of like bag that I felt like was better value. And for a long time, and I still do think that until the more recent year, for a long time, I still feel like I kind of vomit a little bit every time I like purchase a Chanel bag because it's so like it's a lot of money. Like I'm not gonna be here to pretend that it's not expensive. It is. But it's just that the price right now, the current retail market is just insane. Like it's another level. So whatever it was before, it's like peanuts now. Like it's not really peanuts. It still was really insane at the time of me buying those things. I vomit a little bit inside. Like I'm just like, "Ugh," like how can I like spend that kind of money? You know what I mean? That's
Gonna
how
get
I
internal
feel.
bleeding soon.
Yeah. So I totally see where you're coming from, like in terms of like, yeah, I'm a Chanel lover and I love the look of the classic flap. And you know what? I wish that I have it, but I guess that's why I also kept preaching to other people. Like, if you're gonna buy your first bag and you really want your your classic flap, buy it now. Like, stop waiting because that's what you're gonna end up like me. Like, it used to cost how much? I don't know, 6,000 probably
Yeah,
around.
around there. 5-ish.
Look at it now. It's too late. My boat has sailed. So that's why I don't have it. But yeah, it's okay too. Like it's okay. I don't feel like I'm missing out too much. But I do wish I have it. It's true.
Mhm.
Okay, so my answer for Kat for this, what am I surprised that she doesn't have? I don't know if I'm surprised at anything, honestly, because I feel like you've already some of the bags. I feel like you've already owned it, and like you just don't have it anymore, such as the Gabrielle, because you love the Gabrielle so much. And in fact, I believe you bought your Gabrielle before I bought mine. I'm pretty sure I saw your review of the medium, and then I even actually, it's funny because I even considered the medium until I tried it. Then I knew it wasn't for me. But yeah, I'm pretty sure you got the Gabrielle medium before I did. So I am kind of like surprised that you didn't buy it again already. But I think you're in the same sort of boat as me. Like the price has gone up so much that the boat has sailed again. Like it's just gone.
Yeah, it's too much. It's what, 7,000 now? And because I owned it before, it just hurts my internal organs to consider it and buy it at the price. Like, just no, I don't know. I love it. Yeah, I feel like that design I can wear for at least another, I'll still be funky at 50. So so I think I will still wear it. And it's cool. It's different. There isn't any other bag out there that looks like the Gabrielle. You know what I mean? Like there's some like Hermes's Mini Lindy. That's one that doesn't look. There's no other bag out there that looks just like it. The Gabrielle gives me that vibe. There's just no other bag out there that looks like it. With the strap and everything. So yeah, I do miss it. But yeah, the boat at retail has sailed. 7,000.
Exactly.
$7,000. No.
And I guess if I had to buy a bag for you, and assuming that's like I don't have to care about how much it costs.
Yeah, I would buy you your Chanel medium large.
Yeah, I was thinking like I should probably just buy you your new medium Gabrielle, because that's the newest size in between the mini.
I actually like the mini.
You like the mini? Okay, I'll get you the mini.
Right. Give me the medium large. What color do you want?
just black or gray. Like honestly, like anything fun. Is anything's fine, at this point, I'm not gonna complain if you're gonna buy it for me. Okay, one more question. Okay, yeah, this was from last week. So I am Hope. She wanted to ask, which Hermes would you recommend to a person saving for an Hermes bag, a garden party or a Victoria? So I guess, yeah, because was that last week or was it even the week before? It was like a question related to Hermes. So between garden party and the Victoria bag, which one would you recommend for someone who's saving up for it? Is it their first bag? As their first bag, she said?
I mean, both are like both bigger style bags. It really depends on what you want to use the bag for. I feel like the Victoria is more travel appropriate because it's sort of like a bowling style bag with the zip. It's pretty large. I'm not sure if they have the smaller version, but it just gives me more traveling vibes. Whereas the garden party, even in the size 30 or the 36, you can sort of use it for going out because it's like a tote bag. So yeah, it depends. I'm not sure of the prices for the Victoria as well, so I'm assuming it's the same price. Could be more expensive. I think Garden Party has always been named as the entry level bag for Hermes, so that's obviously a cheaper version. Maybe that's why you're considering it. But I would think of what you want to buy the bag for, like which one suits what you want to buy it for. If you're buying it for travel, then maybe the Victoria would be better. But the Garden Party could also be used for traveling, except it doesn't have a zip. So,
does the Victoria come in like a small size?
I'm not sure.
You don't know? Because like the way, like when I saw that question, I almost feel like I would choose the Victoria because I don't like the garden party. Okay, I don't dislike it, but it's just like, to me, it just looks like any other tote. Why would I buy that? And I know it's entry level. That's the thing. Like if you're going from the point of view of craftsmanship and it's the brand Hermes and you're brand loyal to Hermes, go for it. And if you love a tote, right? But to me, when I look at it, I'm more like, it's just a tote bag. Plus, I'm not a big I'm not a big bag person, so I don't really need a tote bag. When I see the garden party, I almost feel like it's for work. That's how I see it. But then I don't know if the Victoria comes in like a smaller size, because I definitely don't want to be lugging around a large bowling bag around every day either. So yeah, tough one. Tough. Which ones would you guys decide on if it was you? But yeah, I think we actually went 10 minutes over. So anyway, thank you all so much for all the amazing questions. I tried to go through all of them. I know that there's a couple ones that we missed, but I think we're okay. Thank you. Thank you for joining our show today. Don't forget, next week is going to be on Kat's channel. And if you're new to this live show, make sure that you're subscribed to both of us. Our channels are linked in my description box, because not only do we have our regular content, we also host this show every single week, but just on each other's channel. So you don't want to miss any episode. Just subscribe to both of us, have notifications on. And yeah,
don't forget to like.
Yeah, exactly. Don't forget to like, and we'll talk to you guys again next week. Bye.